We'd never had anything that big that happened before with that many people coming into the emergency room, needing medical care all at once.
Major medical emergency in central Utah, sending nearly 50 people to the hospital. And officials say carbon monoxide is to blame here. Right now, officials are looking into what exactly caused the dangerous gas to leak inside of a Sevier County church.
And it's a problem they've been seeing a lot this winter. 2 people died from apparent CO poisoning in Carbon County. More than a dozen children and teachers were sickened at a Draper preschool. A family was hospitalized after the carbon monoxide filled their rental cabin in Duchesne County. And now more than 50 people were impacted after an apparent furnace malfunction at a ward house in Monroe.
And that is where we find News Specialist Andrew Adams, who spoke with those impacted in this small town. Andrew?
We talked to the sheriff, who said first responders had never seen anything like this here before. And we talked to one of the first people who identified that carbon monoxide might actually be a problem. Both people said it's important to take the threat seriously.
You ever been to Monroe before?
In a small central Utah town.
An ambulance showed up and treated a kid, and it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. And
it soon became clear there was a big problem.
And the ambulance showed up again, and like, okay, that's even getting weirder.
Church on Sunday left a lot of people not feeling well.
Picked up my 4-year-old. She just kind of grabbed her head and said, I got a headache, Dad, don't. And then my wife's like, yeah, I got a migraine, let's go home.
Clint Wyrick soon put it all together and called it into dispatch.
Sure enough, higher level carbon monoxide in the building, so they clear out the building.
First responders soon found themselves scrambling.
We'd never had anything that big that happened before with that many people coming into the emergency room, needing medical care all at once. So it was a huge tax on our local services.
Sheriff Nathan Curtis says the demand to transfer patients to larger hospitals brought crews from other counties to help.
It's New Year's Eve, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, and we're trying to get enough people to help do that and cover it.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints says 54 people reported symptoms and 49 received treatment following an ordeal that has left the meeting house closed.
Some of the symptoms may just be like, hey, I've got a cold.
First responders are now urging everyone to watch for the possible warning signs of carbon monoxide.
It comes on quick, and if you aren't paying attention to it and don't get care, you may not wake up.
I just feel like I was just kind of using common sense.
Wyrick says he's just glad he figured it out.
Coincidences don't happen.
After a Sunday, the small town won't soon forget.
A lot of people could have been sick and not known what it was, and maybe had much worse complications to that poisoning.
Well, the church in a statement says it's still investigating the malfunction in the heating system, and it's doing whatever it can to help with medical and other expenses. The sheriff is urging people to make sure that furnaces are maintained and also to ensure that carbon monoxide detectors are working. He says he's grateful that all first responders answered the call when they were needed. In Sevier County, Andrew Adams, KSL 5 News.